Hey, what's going on YouTube? Today I'm working on I think it's a 2009, let me double check, 2010 Infiniti EX35. EX35. Okay, I didn't see any videos on how to replace the rack and pinion in this vehicle, so I'm gonna give you a quick rundown of what I've done so far. I took both tires off. Got the tie rod ends loose here. Let me turn my light on. Okay, so you got your steering rod connects there. Get the bolt out there. I think that was a 12 millimeter right there. This was a 17. Yeah, 17 to get the tie rod end loose. I'm sorry, 18 to get the tie rod end loose. And then you come underneath. You can actually reach one of your hoses right here. It's got a clamp on it. I slide the clamp back, but I actually ended up taking the nut loose from right here. That was a what was that? That was a 16. Let me double check. I think it was a 16. Let me see. I think that was a 16. Yeah, that was a 16. And then the smaller one, which you can see right there, that was a let's see if I can get it. That one was a 14. So I got those loose. And under here, you have to take this plate. Has to come off. It goes right here. Take that plate off. It's like don't quote me on how many bolts, but you'll see. You got to get all that. You got to get this plate out the way. I think it had 2 bolts here, 2 on that side, 2 nuts here and here, a nut here, a nut there, a bolt here, a bolt there. Then that plate drops down, and then you got to get the rack bolts. Here's one right here, and then there's a nut on the top side. On this one, I haven't gotten that one out over there yet, but there's a bolt on the top side, a nut on the top side that you got to hold before you can get this bolt out. And I think it was a 19. I kind of stuck my hand up through here and was able to get that nut, get an open end wrench on that nut. So I'm about to get that other one out over there, and then we'll be dropping it down. Alright, I've got this one started. I'm able to get my hand up through here, right over the control arm with my 19 millimeter to get on that nut back there. And then I'm working on getting this bolt out. Alright, when you get that bolt out, it's gonna drop down on you. So you wanna make sure that you got something propping this side up, because we've got an electrical connector here. And so this looks like it's probably gonna take a special tool that's really thin and able to get in there. So basically I'm gonna try to see if I can get this out, because I don't have that tool. I'm gonna see if I can get it out with either a pipe wrench or a big pair of channel locks. So let's see. Alright, so this connector here, so you don't have to try to fight this under the car, and you don't have to worry about it dropping down on you and putting tension on that. What you can do is you can take out these bolts right here for the plastic cover. Well, basically I just folded it back, and then there's the connector for it. So if you disconnect this connector, and then you can slide the connector off of this plastic piece right here, And then there's another, there's a plastic clip that holds it. I don't know if I can't see the camera right now, but here's the clip. If you can see it, get this one loose, and then you can take the tension off of this wire right here. And that way, when it falls, you don't have to worry about putting tension on that. So if you do that before you drop the last bolt out of the rack and pinion, it'll keep you from putting stress on this wire. So I'm gonna go ahead and get it loose and pull this off from under here and see if I can't get this connector off of here. I mean this whatever this is, this sensor or whatever it is. See if I can't get it off of there. Alright, I got the rack and pinion out, and I was able to carefully grab the sensor here, and I was able to break it free. So there is a tool, but of course it's got to be a really thin wrench or something. So I'm just carefully turning it loose here, and it came loose with not a whole lot of effort. Alright, I got both of my racks side by side to make sure everything is identical. The wheels were straight when I took the rack and pinion out. So what I did is, to make sure this one is lined up, I flipped them over, lined the holes up with each other, and then I got a straight edge, put it against the end of this one, and made sure that this one basically met it in the exact same, make sure these were lined up together. On this piece here, you got a couple O-rings. You might want to change those before you reinstall it, just to make sure you don't get any leaks. And on the tie rod ends, what I did is counted how many revolutions it took to get it off, and then I'll put the same back here. But I will advise the customer that they will need to get an alignment to make sure it's dead on, because this rack and pinion, the old one was damaged, so it could have been off a little bit anyway. And actually the steering wheel was a little crooked when you're going straight, so I'm gonna advise them that they'll need to get an alignment. So I'm gonna get everything swapped over and started putting it back in. All right, I've got everything swapped over. This little piece from the I think it was from the factory, had zip ties on it, so I put the zip ties back on it. I've changed the O-rings on this piece, reinstalled it with my channel locks, and I'm about ready to start back in with it. And if you do need tie rod ends, it'll be the perfect time to do it. My customer had someone change this, I think this one, something got bent, and they thought it was a tie rod end, but it was actually the rack and pinion that was damaged. So they changed that tie rod end, and this one, it's not in the best shape, but it's not in bad shape. So like I said, not the best shape, but it's not in just really bad shape either. So she opted to leave this one alone. So alrighty, I'm about to start back in with it. Alright, I've got one side up there. I basically rested this side on this little box. I rested this side on the box. Then I got this side pushed up there and this bolt in there, and then I kind of let it hang at an angle, and it stayed, and I was able to reach around top and put a nut on it, so it's in place now. So I will continue. All right, I've got my bolts back in, tightened up on both of the rack bolts. These other bolts that go right here, get those in and tightened up. And up here, these, I've got one of them started, And I said it was a 16, but it's actually a 17 for that top. That top one is a 17, and I'm working on tightening it up now. So I will get these lines connected and get everything hooked back up. So I mean, it's pretty much, you know, just hooking everything up right now, so I'm not gonna bore y'all with this. I just wanted to show what's involved in getting this rack. I got that one good and tight. What's involved in getting this rack out? It's really not too bad of a job. Yeah, it's really not that bad. It comes straight out the bottom. Like I said, not too bad. Once you get this plate right here off, just to connect your tie rod ends, get these bolts out, it comes straight out the bottom. So I've done some that are way more complex than this. Don't give you much room to get it out, but hey, I like this design. It just drops straight out the bottom, so pretty easy. So with that being said, thanks for watching, and if you find this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks.